On August 4th, 1914, the German Empire began the invasion of Belgium. This invasion would be disastrous for Belgium and its people, which brings the question, why did Germany invade?
Hi, I'm Alexander Peterson, and welcome to Dino Historians. Today, we will answer a troubling question. Why did Germany invade Belgium in World War I?
Belgium, a small country located in the Benelux region of Europe, insisted upon its neutrality, yet was still invaded by Germany.
But why? Well, to find that out, we have to go back to the event that had ignited the war.
We begin in June 1914. For the last half a century, tensions have been building all around Europe and the world. Alliances are created between the European powers, and military plans are created. One plan created in 1905 by Count Alfred von Schlieffen for the German Empire is a plan to defeat France by passing the German army through Belgium and Luxembourg. This plan would be known as the Schlieffen Plan. The event that would finally trigger the war would occur on June 28, 1914. The heir to the Austrian throne, Franz Ferdinand, and his wife are assassinated by a Bosnian Serb nationalist. The Austro-Hungarian Empire is outraged and accuses Serbia of organizing the assassination. After the breakdown in negotiations between the two nations, the Austro-Hungarian Empire declares war on Serbia, beginning World War I. Russia, who swears to defend Serbia and the Slavic peoples of the Balkans, begins mobilization of its troops. This triggers Austria-Hungary's ally, the German Empire, to activate its military plans.
To avoid having to fight a war on two fronts, in both the West and in the East, the German Empire creates a plan.
The German Empire knows that Russia's army will take more time to mobilize due to the huge size of Russia and its army. This allows Germany to put for a short while all force in the West in France. In order to avoid fighting on two fronts, the German Empire needs a quick, swift victory in the West, so all force can be put on the East, in Russia. This proves as a challenge, however, as France has a massive amount of defenses along the German border. The German Empire cannot waste any time, manpower, and resources going through these defenses, and needs to somehow avoid them. The Schlieffen Plan is brought into action. This plan would be to go around the French defenses by passing through the Benelux countries of Belgium and Luxembourg and launching a surprise attack on the French from the north. These plans are brought into action, and on August 1st, 1914, the German Empire declares war on the Russian Empire and invades Luxembourg the following day. The German Empire then sends an ultimatum to Belgium, demanding the small country allow the passage of German troops through it and into France. Belgium refuses, insisting upon its neutrality in the conflict. The following day, on August 3rd, 1914, the German Empire declares war on Belgium and France and begins the invasion of Belgium. The next day, the British Empire, which has sworn to defend Belgium in the event of war since Belgium's independence in 1830, in response to the invasion, declares war on the German Empire and sends its troops to France. The German Empire steamrolls through the small nation of Belgium, moving at a speed of about 30 kilometers per day, an incredibly fast pace. The German army would commit terrible atrocities throughout their invasion of Belgium, slaughtering thousands of innocent civilians and burning to the ground many cities and towns. These horrifying atrocities would be shown in the international press around the world, and these terrible actions would be known in history as the Rape of Belgium. The Belgian army, being outnumbered 10-1 by the German army, puts up a stronger fight than the German army expected, slowing down the Germans. Even with the Belgians putting up a much stronger battle against the Germans, it isn't enough to stop the massive German army from steamrolling through the tiny nation. After capturing most of the country, the German army heads to the south to begin the invasion of France. After reaching the river of Marne, the German army is pushed back by the Allied forces and begins a retreat. After the battlefront stabilizes, the German and Allied forces attempt to outflank each other and begin a race to the sea. More and more Belgian and French territory is captured by the German forces. The Belgian army barely escapes German capture and meets up with Franco-British forces. By the time the race to the sea is finished, over 95% of Belgian territory is captured, and a long, brutal occupation of most of the country would begin.
The German Empire invaded the tiny nation of Belgium to avoid many of the French defenses along the Franco-German border. The Germans also needed a quick and swift victory in the west so they could focus on the east in Russia. This was not the case, as the Belgian army held up the German advance and the Allied forces pushed back the German army at the River Marne. Ultimately, the Schlieffen Plan had failed in its goal of a quick and swift victory in the west, but it had succeeded in capturing most of Belgium and northern France. Thank you for watching Dino Historians, and we will see you on the next great adventure into history.